Hi, it's Jen, and welcome to my channel. And on my channel, I talk about personal growth. And today we're going to be talking to Stephanie. So, Stephanie is a teacher and thought leader on topics related to mindfulness and spiritual learning, specializing in schools and organizations interested in awareness and leadership based training. With 13 plus years experience in the financial services, education, and government sectors, she has gained insight into the mindsets of a wide variety of individuals and is inspired to leverage mindfulness as a tool to disrupt outdated business as usual culture and move towards an open system promoting clarity, self-awareness, and empathy by encouraging new ways to think, feel, do, and connect. She has held programs with organizations including HSBC, IPG Media Brands, Avenues World School, Teach for All, NYC Department of Education School System, Bija Kids, and the Light and Leadership Initiative. So, what exactly is mindfulness?
Hey, Jen, thanks so much for having me. So to dive right in, simply put, mindfulness is an awareness of our thoughts. And, when we recognize we are not our thoughts, we have some space to breathe, so to speak, in between us and that chatter that goes on in our minds. It's a conscious way of being. And, mindfulness is exercise. Just like we exercise our bodies, mindfulness is a muscle that we need to train to in our mind. And so, it takes discipline and practice on a regular basis to show up and train ourselves, to develop attention and focus, to develop emotional awareness and regulation, and develop skills like empathy and compassion, which allow us to connect better with others.
And how can we, like you've already mentioned in there, but how can we benefit from mindfulness?
Yeah, sure. So I think at the three, core levels: personal, interpersonal, and community. There's many benefits out there that you may have read on the internet or are just learned in your own ways. But essentially speaking, I think at the personal level, it gives us that awareness and connection to that thought to action cycle, right? So when we have awareness of our thoughts, what that then turns to emotions, which turns to how it feels in our body, which then turns to our moods and actions. That dictates directly how we show up in our lives. And so when we create space between how, what's coming in and what's going out, we have more room to think, more room to relate differently. Secondly, with our relationships at the interpersonal level, it's really a matter of how we're showing up for others, right? And I think, at the basic level, when we have control in our inner worlds and are able to regulate our own emotional space, we can better respond instead of react, and really show up in a more thoughtful and intentional way with others in our life, whether it's at work or home. Being a mom, I know for me, there can be, and there's a tendency to react when you're in these moments of chaos. And I personally have been given a lot of space around just my ability to respond, versus react when I've, lost my patience or just, have that pattern, that autopilot type of behavior. Mm-hmm. And finally, at the community level, it's really about, for me, understanding, when we have a grip on awareness of self, we can understand that we are only one part of the bigger whole, right? Like, it's not just about us. We're here to contribute in a way that, in a socially, conscious way. We're one spark in the bigger fire. And I think what I've seen in the people that I've worked with over time, and even in myself, is that it's shifted this perspective of, yourself in the world and how you stand. And mm-hmm. I think that that's the real, broader power of how we can continue to, do good for ourselves and each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know in today's age, whenever we feel a negative feeling, it's really easy to just hop to social media or the internet to try to avoid that feeling. Mm-hmm. So how would you use mindfulness to help with internet addiction or addiction to social media?
Yeah, I love this question, and I thought a bit about it. I think, in short, what mindfulness helps teach us is or builds is inner strength, right? Like inner foundation and inner self-worth, right? Because when we struggle, and we all do, we have good days, we have bad days, we have days when we're feeling on our game and days when we don't. Mindfulness and meditation practices help us to build from the inside out, right? So we turn inside for our self-worth, our power, on those days in particular, as opposed to being so dependent on social media or external forces to contribute to our own self-worth, right? And we all do it, right? This surfing through the, social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, as a way to compare or judge, or not as a way, but as, we get lost in these cycles sometimes, I think. And I think when you are able to build that internal foundation, we tend to just naturally shift how we're using these tools and become less dependent on it for, and find ourselves sort of naturally using it more purposefully, as opposed to that what could be negative feedback cycle.
Mm-hmm. And what is something someone new to mindfulness could do to get started?
Yeah. So, one thing to get started, if you're absolutely new to it, is this active meditation that I created. That's 2 to 5 minutes a day. And I think that, if you are interested in starting to incorporate these practices in your life, it doesn't need to be 10 minutes or more. It can be 2 minutes, 1 minute. And so for me, this practice has really resonated because it's something I actually do on the subway every day to work. And it takes 2 to 5 minutes. And so it's been a much more easy way to embed into my day and okay, in and out. And so I thought, we could practice that together here. And I call it the morning meditation. And really what it does is takes you through 6 steps that allow for a setting of the mind space in a positive and productive day for your day. And that includes elements of kindness to yourself, kindness to others, letting go, gratitude, a positive burst for your future, right? So that future visualization aspect, and then a connection to your broader power, your broader universal power, whatever that means for you. So we're going to walk you through that right now.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right. So go ahead and close your eyes. And just take a minute to relax your body. Right? So bring your awareness to the top of your head. Right? Relax your forehead, your eyes, and relax your jaw, your face muscles, and your shoulders. And your abdomen, your core, let that go. And relax your legs and your knees and all the way down to your toes. Right? Just so a quick scan of relaxation to enter into your body space. And we'll start with kindness to ourselves. Right? So take a moment here and bring to mind a few kind words to say to yourself as you start your day here. Right? Just something that comes to mind. It doesn't need to be grandiose or complex. Just something positive and kind. And now moving to kindness to others. Right? Same thing. So maybe choosing someone in your life that needs a few kind words or some kind energy. And silently say a few kind words to them. Send it out. Good. And thirdly, we will move into the letting go aspect. And this helps to facilitate the letting go of unneeded, negative, or stuck energy, right? Maybe there was a small little something, fight that you are holding on to. You feel it in your body that happened this morning or something that happened in the past, right? Knowing that it doesn't serve you right now to hold on to this grudge, to this energy, right? Go ahead and visualize like you're letting go of balloons into a sky, or letting go of something in a heavy backpack, right? Washing your body and your mind of that for now. Good. And maybe to facilitate that, you can tense your shoulders or ball your fists. And then as you visualize the letting go, you release that physically too. That helps to aid a transition. Good. And moving to gratitude, right? So bringing your mind to something you're grateful for in your life, personal, professional, relationships, right? Something simple. It doesn't need to be a big deal, right? But just what this does is help to train us on a daily basis and to focus on what we do have versus ruminating on what we don't or what's not there. Fifth, we'll move to a vision burst. I love this one. This plants positive seeds in our mind for the future, right? So you're living your life now, but you have big dreams. You have something going on in there for the future, right? By planting those seeds, by planting what goes in, you'll create what comes out, right? So visualize that. Visualize something in your life that you want to happen. Let's say 3 years from now. It can be any aspect of your life, and really see yourself there. Like feel it, see it. Who's there with you? What emotions are you feeling? Be there. And finally, to wrap it up, here's your opportunity to connect with your power, right? Your universal life force, whatever that means for you, whether it's a religious figure, a spiritual power, somewhere in nature, right? Your inner being, whatever that means for you, that you feel supported by energetically in this world, bring that to mind now, right? And that helps to just manifest this whole process, knowing that you woke up for a reason to do some good today. I'd feel that in. And then that's how you're going to start your day, right? So before you close your eyes, set your intention that this process, this kindness to self, this letting go of negative energy, creating space, this gratitude, this vision burst, and this connection to power is the formula to help you show up more powerfully today for you, for the people in your life. Right? So on the count of 3, we'll open our eyes and you'll start your day with power, intention, and grace. 3, 2, and 1. Open your eyes. Have a great day, guys.
That was awesome. So where can people find this meditation online?
Yeah, so my website, internalbeings.com, I have a free SoundCloud offering, so you can find some more information there. And also at the bottom of this interview, you can sign up for my mailing list if you're interested. And with that, you'll receive a couple things. One, this complimentary, the morning meditation, as well as a discounted rate for a corporate mindfulness program at your workplace, which is the bulk of my work. So I'd love to learn more about you and just hear about, how this lands in your life. So feel free to reach out always as well. I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm pretty active around the community. So thank you, Jen, for this interview and for, doing the work that you do. I really do feel like, the future of us and our race depends on how we show up. And that starts right here with our internal world, right? And so getting a handle on that, right, in all of the ways that these practices teach us, allows us to show up more powerfully for ourselves and the rest of our world. So thanks so much.
Thank you. And I feel so good after that meditation. So thank you for that as well.
You're welcome.
All right. If you like this video, please like it and share it with anyone who you think would benefit from it. And subscribe if you want to see more. All right. Bye. Actually, oops.